you so much.
Pleasure.
Really appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
So, a Western with a lizard. How does this idea come about?
Why not? Why not?
That's a good answer. But okay, why animation? Why now?
I've just always been fascinated with animation. I think it's the place you can do anything. You can be psychoanalyzed by the clams in your vongole, or you can, anything goes. You can embrace the surreal. So I've always wanted to do it. It just felt like the right time.
How are the characters developed for Rango? How did that come about? I want a cowboy lizard.
Well, we had a great team of artists: Eugene Yelchin, Crash McCreary, Jim Burkett, and David Shannon in my house, basically. And we started with creatures of the desert, Western, go. Anything goes. And immediately it was like, whoa, what about scale? Can we have a rabbit with a coyote? And can we have a beetle with a snake? And I said, don't worry about the scale. It doesn't have to make sense. Let's just find these characters. So just a lot of pencil and paper and a lot of bad hot dogs and long walks.
Was it always Johnny in mind for Rango?
Yeah, I had a 12-page outline and talked to Johnny when we were shooting the second pirate film about this idea of doing an animated movie with a lizard who doesn't know who he is, who enters this kind of Western genre, and he was like, I'm in, right away. So that was the one voice I always knew that we were going to have, and sort of kind of custom built the whole thing around what Johnny does so well.
We were talking earlier how we had Stephen Root on the show the other day, and he had said something that I didn't know animators did this and directors in talking about films, where they actually have the people rehearse on set in costumes and have little saloon doors and things going on. So what was the decision to do that instead of just having them in the booths?
Well, I think it was just fear-based decision making. I mean, I don't know how to direct an actor in front of a microphone with nobody else in the room. I mean, I know how. I mean, I used to sell sugar water and Budweiser and tennis shoes. So,
oh yeah, the frogs.
Yeah,
right.
I know how to do it. I just don't find it to be particularly. Everybody comes to set with a plan. Everybody comes with even I come with my storyboards and my agenda, and then things happen. Because you may say something I didn't anticipate you were going to say, and then it causes me to say my line slightly differently than I might have. It was like a bizarre Montessori school play. I mean, they were all just coming in street clothes, and we're doing 10 pages of dialogue a day.
10 pages a day?
Yeah.
That seems like a lot. Is that a lot?
For
It feels like a lot,
for
yeah.
actors who are used to doing 2, and usually were, they're in their trailer for 45 minutes, come out, do 2 lines, go back to your trailer while we re-rig the ship to explode or whatever, This was like, oh yeah, acting. Remember acting? We actually have to, we just ripped through it. So 20 days we recorded the whole movie, and
wow.
It was really fun, a very liberating experience.
Do you shoot for the theater? Do you shoot knowing it's going to end up on people's home screens as well?
It's funny, years ago I had arguments with some DVD people, and they were like, can't do the letterbox because the image is smaller, and people have square televisions in their home. And I'm like, what era are you living? Like, I know people who have no money. They don't have a couch. They have a mattress. One thing they have is a huge fucking television. You know what I mean? It's like, it's huge. It's a big rectangle. So I shoot for kind of widescreen.
Mm-hmm. And the decision not to make Rango 3D, how come? Now that everyone seems to be gearing towards the big 3D thing.
I just felt like it wasn't missing a dimension. I mean, we looked at it. Going in wasn't going to be 3D. There was a point about midway where it was discussed. I think Alice in Wonderland came out, and people sort of running the numbers were kind of saying, hey, is it too late to make this 3D? And we looked at it, we did a couple of tests, and I just felt like it was different enough, and it was unique enough, and I didn't feel like we were gaining anything and I certainly wasn't going to convert it to 3D. So I was quite happy with it.
We do something called 5 questions. 5 quick questions, 1-word answers. Spielberg or Scorsese?
That's crazy. I can't answer that one.
All right.
Stephen gave me my first 3 jobs.
Then we'll go with Stephen.
Stephen gave me the first 3 at-bats, so I'd have to go there, even though I love them both.
Lennon or McCartney?
Lennon.
Animation or live action?
Animation in live action.
Oh,